Have you ever taken the time to actually sit down and clear your head and think something all the way through, or even just wait to find an answer within your own head? The answer to that is yeah, you probably have. And I'm going to give you the example that most people go through on a regular basis, and that's when you go into the shower and there's nothing going on but you sitting there having the water run on you, and you're washing your hair or something like that, and like say the best idea comes to you while you're just sitting there in the shower. And really what that comes from is that during that time, your normal life, your normal life that you go through on a regular basis, is filled with media and music and TV shows and things like that cloud your mind and don't let you actually come up with thoughts that are profound in most ways. And when you actually go into the shower and there's none of that going on, assuming that you don't listen to music in the shower or anything like that, that's the one time that you don't have something going on that is distracting your brain from doing what it can actually possibly do, which is it can actually sort out a lot of your problems that you're having throughout the day and a lot of the things that you're having stress about by itself, just by letting it figure itself out. And a lot of people don't give their brain time to actually sit and ponder those specific things that are going on in their life. And I can tell you from life experience, going through some of the worst anxiety and panic attacks and having to go through certain struggles that I don't necessarily want to get into right now, that the only thing that kept me sane almost was sitting down for 15 to 30 minutes, sometimes even shorter if I needed it, but sitting down and clearing my mind and letting my mind figure itself out. That's one of the most powerful things you can possibly do. And when it comes down to it, if you want to achieve something that people around you or anyone in this entire world has actually ever done, like say it's something that you never have seen done, and you're trying to accomplish that, like you're trying to build a business and no one has done that before, or you're trying to become an exceptional artist and there isn't really a clear path on how to do that, you're going to need to come up with an answer inside yourself. That's just what's going to have to happen. And some people will call it a spiritual thing where God will literally give you an answer. And I'm a person that believes in spiritual things, and sometimes that can be the answer, but when it comes down to it psychologically, it's just your brain being able to rest and take the time to think about those things, even on just a subconscious level. And when you sit down and meditate, it's almost like when you're sitting, right before you go to sleep, you're just thinking about how the day goes, and you sort out your problems there sometimes as well as in the shower and stuff like that. Those are times that you're not bombarding your brain with things that when our brain was evolved more than 1,000 years ago, tens of thousands of years ago, we weren't bombarded with music and media and news and TV shows and things like that keep us distracted. So our brain is not necessarily used to those things. So when you bombard them on a 24-hour basis pretty much, or every conscious waking hour that you have on this earth, if you bombard your brain with that, you're not going to be able to get through to the intelligence that you actually do have within yourself. And that's an extremely, extremely important thing to tap into when you're going into life. And well, how about I go through a few things that I do, because I kind of want to make this video into something that is actually worthwhile and kind of a how-to almost. What I do is I will actually listen to, there are these things called Tibetan singing bowls, and you can find audios, pretty much anywhere on YouTube with them, and I just listen to the sounds of these. They're almost like chimes in a way. And what they do is they help you mellow yourself out, and then once the audio is done, you're in a state where you can, have a clear mind on whatever issue that you're trying to fix, or whatever problem you're trying to accomplish. So find an audio on YouTube or wherever it is that you get your audios from, and look up Tibetan singing bowls, like singing, like I sing with my voice, and that's one way that a beginner especially can get into meditating and things like that. And also what you can do is, I forgot what it's called exactly, but there's also guided meditations where people will talk you through the process of meditating, breathing and things like that, which I'll also have videos on that coming up, how to breathe properly for your meditations and things like that. And really, it's such a life-changing thing, meditating, because for me, like I said, from the time I was 17 years old to now, I'm 20 now, going to be 21 in a couple of weeks. That whole period from 17 to now was such a huge difference, such a huge transition, that I don't think I could have actually gone through it without meditating and keeping my mind clear. So really, I have to give a lot of credit for the things that I've done, whether a person would count them as a lot of things or like small accomplishments, but whatever it is that you would call my accomplishments, I can say that a good portion of them are due to meditation. And if you're not doing it, you're probably doing yourself an injustice. So if this video helped you, I'm very glad, and I'd like to see you guys in the next video coming up. Hey, so thank you for watching this whole video all the way through. I really appreciate that you took the time to do that. Now I want to ask you for a favor. I want you to subscribe to the channel, simply because I don't want the videos to get lost. Every Monday I come out with content, and I want to make sure that you get this stuff so you can be the best you could possibly be. You can also like the video if you liked it, and you can share if you're extremely cool, and comment any questions that you have for me, because I will try my best to answer. Like I actually put aside a specific part of my day to answer questions and things like that on the channel. And that's about it. I thank you so much for taking the time, like I said, to go through the entire video. Thank you, and I hope to see you in other videos.